in the Midlands for the last of the third level finals for the season. It's the Rustlers CUFL Men's Premier Division decider between IT Carlow and University Limerick. Hi there, UL came so close in the Collingwood Cup final, 1-0 up until the last minute, then a UCC equaliser, extra time, UL beaten in it, but Johnny McDonnell, who's with us again once more, school's out for the summer after this. UL since then have won the Harding Cup for first years, and they've also beaten UCD in the semi-final of this.
A fantastic win for them to beat UCD. We all know how strong UCD are, and great for them to come through. You know, obviously getting beaten in the Collingwood final, a great day that day as well. It's been a long season for them, and you know, hopefully today they're looking to get a trophy here today.
And IT Carlow have won this trophy 3 times in this decade, and like today's opponents, quite a number in the Irish University squad who are on their way to international duty next week.
Yeah, they play the Defence Forces next week, the University squad, so they'll be looked at here tonight. Kelly and McDade, and I think young Hurley has been brought in, so they've a significant squad and a good squad, but good prep for them, you know, for the players this match tonight, you know, with the University lads looking at them, Craig and Luke. But look, it's going to be a tight game. Well, I think it really is going to be tight. A few players played yesterday with Limerick for UL and stuff. A few of the players played matches yesterday, so fatigue might play a part in tonight's game.
Well, one thing for sure, the coaches aren't fatigued. Let's hear from them both now. So Ian, in this CUFL Premier Division final, so close in the Collingwood Cup final.
Yeah, thankfully that's 5 or 6 weeks ago at this stage, and we won the lads, 5 of our guys won the Harding in between as well, so give everything a lift. But yeah, that's in the past now, we're looking forward to it.
And it's obviously a very, very busy schedule for you. You keep making big deciders. Yeah,
fantastic. You know, when we're at the business end of competitions, you know, we got to be happy. So yeah, look, great bunch of lads together all season, and yeah, be nice to finish with a win tonight. Yeah.
It's a great way to finish the season, a trophy that you've won in the last 10 years, same as tonight's opponents from Carlow.
Yeah. Look, Carlow are a super team, and as long as I've been in college, they've been a benchmark for where you are, and you know, we've nothing but respect for them, and it should be a good game tonight. Feeling
buoyant going into this decider then?
Still recovering from a bumpy bus journey, but hopefully that'll wear off pretty soon. Yeah.
So Tom Elms, you're normally with us behind the mic, but of course you're a decent manager in your own right, and a busy one because you've got IT Carlow into this men's CUFL Premier League final.
Yeah, we had a tough journey along the way, so came across teams like Maynooth and UCC, so a couple of tough fixtures, but I think the boys have done everything, and they deserve to be here today.
And University Limerick during the group stages, which they won in a 6-goal thriller.
Yeah, it was a very good game down there. I suppose when you think about it, it gives us both a chance to, you know, kind of know what to expect today when you come into the fixture. But we'll be well prepared again today.
And in terms of the knockout stages of this, it's been quite energetic, including a 4-4 draw and a penalties win.
Yeah, well, both the games have come from behind, and so it showed great character within the group. And like you said, penalty thrillers. So yeah, they've had to fight to get here, so it should be an interesting one.
And IT Carlow in previous years have shown an ability in this competition. You've won it 3 times this decade.
Yeah, I mean we've had a lot of success over the years, but I think when you look over the third level football now, it's getting stronger and stronger. There's so many League of Ireland players playing it. It's great to see. So I mean every time you get to a final, it's a fantastic achievement. So we're delighted to be here, but we just want to make sure now we do ourselves justice on the day.
So between men's and women's, this is the 5th of the Rustlers third level finals that we've brought to you yet again this season. Standard's been excellent once more. We've had some cracking encounters.
Yeah, there's lots of eirSport League players playing around. I think also, you know, with the coaches coming into the universities and the colleges and the ITs, that, you know, the eirSport League managers understand that the players, when they go to play with the universities, that they're being coached well also, and it's not just they're being brought in and ran around the place. That, you know, they're looking at players and they're getting coached properly, and we're working a lot with the eirSport League managers as well, Will. So it's good. It's definitely good for the universities that the players, a lot of young players playing first team football in the first division and in the Premier Division as well. So I think it's you know, it's definitely on the way up, and I've seen some really good displays by players this season.
This is it then. We're up for the cup. Historic old trophy. Who's going to take it in 2019? IT Carlow, 3 times winners this decade, with a strong selection in this CUFL League decider. 3 of these playing for the Irish University side next week as they face the Defence Forces in an international friendly. Manager Tom Elmes, who did the Dublin women's football with Wexford last season, is aiming to become the first person to win the CUFL Premier Division title as a player and a manager. You're allowed to bring on 5 substitutes from the bench in this competition, and IT Carlow have a relatively strong one. University Limerick came so close to winning the prestigious Collingwood Cup for the first time last month when they were edged out in extra time by UCC. Since then they've won the Harding Cup for freshers, first years, and have bolstered their squad as a result with 8 members of that panel. Ed O'Dwyer is one of 3 players who lined out yesterday for Limerick in the League Cup against Cove Ramblers. Adam Foley and Sean McSweeney are the other 2, and they're on the bench. Reached the final of the Rustlers CUFL Men's Premier Division, and the final moments ahead of this big decider. Terry McCarthy, the chairman of the CUFL, meeting the teams. They have already met so far this season, and 6 goals shared between them. It will be an interesting one tonight.
UL, a great victory against UCD in semi-final, I know, although on penalties will, but brilliant victory for them. I seen them against UCC earlier in the campaign in the Collingwood final. Very, very unlucky not to come out with the trophy that day, and they'd be really pushing to get a victory here today. Now, in saying that, Carlow IT will, they've got a strong squad. First of all, they're definitely going to miss Alan O'Sullivan. It's an ankle injury.
So a match referee for this decider, Declan Tolan. The assistants, Ray Cullen, Paul Malone. The 4th official is Paul Tone. Jack Lynch.
IT Carlow setting up a 3 at the back with Jason Murphy just sitting in front of that back 3. And there's Sean Hurley, wing back. Nathan Coleman's the other wing back, so very offensive.
A minute played, and IT Carlow didn't have to wait very long at all. It's Danny Doyle. Breakthrough straight away for Carlow. His 8th goal in the competition, the 2nd highest score behind Shane Barnes, and it happened so quickly.
Great play down the right hand side, and he just got between the 2 defenders. Doyle, it's a decent cross, but they started on the front foot from the tip off. Will, they were very aggressive in the start, and that's the second time only the second time they've been up around the box. Yet a minute and a half gone. Brilliant start for IT Carlow. A fantastic header from Danny Doyle. Let's keep it.
They've kept plenty up, including Hayes and O'Dwyer, but it's beyond Hayes and didn't reach O'Dwyer. Short again for Corcoran. Opportunities for Ed O'Dwyer to get the ball in the centre, and he did! And Killian Hayes is denied by Kowalczyk. Fine save, but what a good strike.
Good play by Ed O'Dwyer. It was impressive, as I said. And good play down this right hand side again. They went from far left up, got the play switched to the right hand side, and we ended up with Killian Hayes getting a shot away. Didn't get a lot of power into it.
And Hurley's been beaten, and it took a very good challenge by Jason Murphy to deny Ed O'Dwyer that time. It's forward by Corcoran. It's a good release. It's Donald O'Connell. O'Connell in the centre. Alan Murphy is there. Big deflection. And that will be a corner, and that was a good opening, that was.
It's really good play by UL. Ed Dwyer, Killian Hayes, a bit of tenacity in midfield, winning a few tackles, a bit of link-up play.
There's quite a few of the UL side who played junior football in Limerick. Oh, that was a big risk by Sean McCormick, and he just about got it right. Plays for Portlaoise AFC.
Well, when the keeper, especially as a defender, when the keeper's coming for the ball like that, I'd like to hear them from here. Well, I didn't even hear them calling for the ball. He was very lucky to get away with it. That could have went anywhere. Come on, they need to move the ball quicker. They need to move it quicker. That's better. Next pass, get it off.
Did really well to connect with it, actually. And he did enough, got it away. Danger was averted. Situation like that where a lot can go wrong, though. Ian Fletcher.
What a ball, Will. Brilliant ball.
Is superb for Alan Murphy. And Murphy's got the throw as well.
Reese.
Alan Murphy of Regional United, who are in an all Limerick FAI Junior Cup semi-final against Aisling Anacotti. other semi-final, Glengad United against St Michael's.
Of Tipperary.
Oh, yes. That could go anywhere, and it could have gone into the net from the boot of Donald O'Connell. It pinged around. That was a thunderous strike. Any lower, Kowalczyk wasn't saving that.
No, there's a lot of bodies in the box. He's done well. Ooh, they've probably just done enough to put him off, Will.
No, that's himself.
So Shane McCallion to mop it up again. He's been Sligo Rovers under-19. He's with Strand Celtic FC now in the Ulster Senior League. His first campaign, and it's open up for Barnes!
Simple.
It's Shane Barnes!
Well, from the defender point of view, you've got to look. It's Hurley who's played the ball from deep in his own half. And again, McCallion can't let that ball go over his head. Barnes onto it like a light will. He's never taken his eye off the ball. He's taken a chance to get in behind the defender. But I have to say, brilliant ball by Hurley. That left foot of his, we seen him whipping in a fantastic cross 6 minutes ago. And that's a huge blow to UL.
(2-0) to IT Carlow at half-time. Then Danny Doyle with the opener after a minute. The second highest scorer for IT Carlow in this season's competition. And then the top scorer got in the scene. One over the top by Hurley to release Shane Barnes to make it 2. UL have a lot to do in the second half. At the break in the Rustlers CUFL Premier Division final, it's IT Carlow 2, University Limerick 0. And that is what it is all about. So the second half is underway. The double change made for Limerick. Conor Whittle and Adam Foley on for Donald O'Connell and Sean Madigan in this second half. 2 changes straight away. That was a late challenge, and that will be a free kick.
Good play. Good play by Doyle and Barnes again.
He's in!
Brilliant.
Oh, he's
great
hit the
strike.
upright. What a chance for Danny Doyle.
Great save.
And then on the rebound, Doyle was up there. Kelly was there too, and McCormick kept it out. But it could be 3, and that would be it. It would be all over.
Great play. Brilliant play by Doyle and Barnes. Little combination play by Doyle and Barnes. Just over the top. We've got Doyle in behind. Yeah, he's pushed it onto the
Good
post.
save.
It's just rolled to Kelly and a second save. He's kept him in the game. Good play.
Hurley in the middle. Again, the strike just couldn't be put away by Barnes.
Now switch to play. Now they have a bit of a chance. In behind. First time, first
Oh,
time.
is this the chance to get back into the game just wide?
He's got a touch
Kowalczyk
on it.
beaten. Hayes was in there. It's going to be a corner.
It's good play. Good run by Hayes. He's definitely saved to his knee, Will.
It's Murphy will take. Delivery was good, and a flash header from the corner. Well, suddenly an opening for UL to get themselves back into this decider.
He's a good delivery, hasn't he, Murphy? Got a bit on it. I think he'd be disappointed he didn't get it on target. You know, Carlow White, he always look. It is.
Good ball, deep one, and they got the flick on in front of goal, and suddenly
Yes, no.
it's
Oh.
almost in from Alan Murphy, and it wouldn't cross the line, and Kowalczyk has smothered it.
I have to say again, it's Murphy. He's been patient. He's stayed out of the box. He's waiting for it. He's done well to get a shot away. Oh. They just keep going and be patient. They need to do something quickly.
It's Ryan Doherty down
That's
the near
better.
side. That's it. Adam Foley had a chink of daylight there. Here's Alan Murphy. Floated in towards the far post.
Yes, what a header.
And University Limerick are back in
Great
the
header.
final. It's 2-1. Conor Whittle.
Just keep it simple. It's Foley's got in behind, and it's our man Murphy with a cross.
And suddenly, it's a bit of a contest again.
There's going to be a few questions asked here. Here's the space. Get it out to him. Give it to him. He's the man that'll cause you danger.
Jack
Murphy.
Lynch for Alan Murphy.
Oh.
Lynch was denied.
Here we go, Will.
Great ball. Here's Shane Barnes to win it.
Yes!
His second. Carlow's third. And that'll surely be it. And they're all off the bench.
I have to say, you know, you've just got to go. He's in behind. You get a ball over it. It's good finish, Will. I have to say, his pace. He's been onto it like a light. And Tom Elms was Mourinho-esque running down the touchline, I have to say. Big relief for them, but I have to say, UL straight back into the good possession, Will. It was UL that kept the possession away.
That's the questions answered. 3-1 Carlow. Shane Barnes does it again. He's now got 11 this season. Danny Doyle's got 8. Ed O'Dwyer had scored his 9th goal, second highest scorer for UL this season, behind Adam Foley, who's on the pitch now. 2 minutes, barely 2 minutes, when the reply come from Carlow, and UL might get it! This is unbelievable! They've got another one back!
Oh my God!
IT Carlow 3, University Limerick 2.
Let's get
Hello! Hello!
It's just the ball into the box by Foley. Keeper's missed it, Will. He's come and missed it.
It's put home by Conor Whittle. This could go
Great
anyway.
touch. Oh, unlucky.
Might not be done with the 5 goals in the 90 minutes, because here
That's
goes
a free
that-
kick, Will.
Free kick
And a
outside the box.
Could be a yellow card, Will.
Will be. He's the lone candidate for it. Free kick for UL. Sean McSweeney goes for it. Straight at Kowalczyk, who needed 2 attempts, but he kept it out.
Great technique, Will.
Oisin Kelly replaces Alan Murphy for UL, and that is their 5th change. Oisin Kelly is wearing 13. Six minutes to go. Here come IT Carlow again in the centre. Barnes is there. He has support wide. It's open for Jason Murphy. Well, a 4th goal probably would have wrapped it up. Man, he's worked so hard tonight. Jack Lynch into stoppage time now, but how much stoppage time? Here's Ed O'Dwyer. It's a deep one. He's gone right in front of goal. This is a big chance for Adam Foley to send us into extra time. We'll have 3 added minutes, and had he got that, you could have added 20 onto it.
He wasn't offside either, Will. There's a nice little touch on. He's just come inside the defenders.
Adam Foley. IT Carlow won it. A classic. 3-2. What a win in the end for them. They scored after 70 seconds through Danny Doyle. Shane Barnes made it 2 late in the first half, but then what a fight back from University Limerick. It went frenetic. Ed O'Dwyer got one back on 77. Barnes got his 2nd, Carlow's 3rd immediately after that, and then University Limerick in their next attack 60 seconds later made it 3-2 through Conor Whittle. 2 from Barnes, the man of the match, 1 from Danny Doyle, the 2 highest scorers for IT Carlow in the competition, and they win the Rustlers CUFL Men's Premier Division decider. IT Carlow 3, University Limerick 2. Follow them up to Carlow. Carlow have won the league for the 4th time this decade. Tom Elms is here. Congratulations, well done. 3-2. It's just like the quarter-final, just like the semi-final. High scoring all the way.
Yeah, look, we've shown in the previous rounds we're a team full of character, and I think we played it just as it was. It was a tough final, and you just got to play it the way it is. We got on the score sheet early, and we just had to.
You were saying?
We just had to manage that really well. Then we just had to make sure that we, managed the game as best as we could. played it the right way, playing the right manner, try and play in behind them when we could. But we knew what they're about. They love getting the ball in the box, playing over the top. So we had to manage those long balls, and we did from the majority of the game. Switched off for 5 or 10 minutes there when they got back into it. But I think overall we managed the game really, really well, and we probably were the stronger team at the end of the day, I think.
I mean, you've won the league. It's the 4th time this decade. I guess as a boss, you're just a bit frustrated those 2 goals went in.
Yeah, like we do pride ourselves on being defensively quite solid, and a little bit frustrating. I mean, Mars owns up to the second one. He come out, he thought he'd get a hand on it. But look, I think it was just a moment of switching off. We dealt with the ball into the box so well for the majority of the game. So I was a little bit disappointed, but look, that's football, you concede. But we responded really well, went up there and stuck one away ourselves. So.
A lot of hard work for this.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. A lot of it goes into it. Some of the boys now are in 4th year of college, and like I said, some of these are the things that you remembered. You know, it's important that you enjoy these moments in college football. So,
well done. Dry off.
Boys. Yeah, well, and yourself.
No, just brilliant. We've been excellent all year. We played these boys through the year. They turned us over, and probably the best thing that happened to us because it gives a real wake-up call at the start of the year, and we just got better and better and better. Quarter-final, semi-final, you thought we were out of it twice, scoring last-minute goals into the final, and we knew it was our year because last year we got hard done by. And now this year we finally got the one. So delighted, absolutely over the moon.
Because that was your only defeat in the league as well.
Yeah, it was the only defeat in our league, and then we got defeated in the cup, which was a big blow for us. So we were thinking, oh, what's going to happen? But we've been the boys have been outstanding all year. The specialist, big man, get in.
And a man of the match as well. What a performance in the end. Shane Barnes, 2 goals.
Yeah, delighted. First half we were clinical and we were on top, but then second half we didn't manage the game properly at all, and then Limerick came back on top, and then when we got the third goal I thought we were going to see out the game. Then they scored straight away, shoot mistake by us, but thankfully then we went and won it.
Obviously it means a lot to get to the summit. It had been a few years, about 3 years since Carlow had won this last.
Yeah, last year we lost on penalties to UCC in the semi-final, so we knew like the year before that we lost last minute goal against DCU, so this year it was just all about we're after getting more mature like as a team, and then obviously we're much more clinical this year as well.
How is it that IT Carlow, as a regional institute, are just so good across so many sports?
Oh, you'll have to ask Tom Elms and Luke Hardy for that. I don't know.
But quality at football this year, especially, I mean, a 4-4 draw against Maynooth in the semi-finals, high-scoring semi-final. You did the same here. I mean, you may be conceding goals, but you're putting them away as well.
As a team, you have a lot of character. Like we went down 3-1 against Maynooth in the quarter-finals, came back 3-all, bet on penalties. Then UCC, we were down 1-0, 2-1. Then we came back last minute winner as well to win 3-2. And then today we show a big character as well to see out the game.
IT Carlow taking the league title, and I mean, in the end, pretty much, Johnny, they deserved it. I know that as the game was wearing on, UL were frustrating you a little bit at times.
They were, because I kept saying it. IT looked as if they had a plan. I heard Tom saying it, that they had a pace and they could get in behind. You know, they were happy enough to defend. UL didn't have enough about them in relation to what way they were playing. They didn't solve a few problems. They didn't ask Carlow IT enough questions until later on in the game, and maybe one of them came through a mistake. But overall, they were probably a better unit, a better player, individual players. That doesn't always get you over the line. But today it did for IT Carlow.
And the thing is as well, I mean, it was a great brace as well. They got their top 2 scorers in the competition finding the net, which is actually really what you want to do. But I mean, Kowalczyk had a very busy night in goal and was really decent.
Yeah, and he admitted he came for the last one. I think he punched everything, caught everything, caught a right few corners just prior to that. He was confident coming to collect the ball all night long, and he just missed the one that let UL back into it. But look, you know, the 2 boys up top, you know, were brilliant tonight with their pace and their clinical finishing. And you know, Barnes getting the 3rd goal there. He took his time, talking about a bit of character. He could have snatched at it. He could have put it over the bar. He's clinical in his finishing, and you know, he looks a bit of a player for me.
And I mean, overall, the competition this year, right across the board, the men's and women's CUFL finals, the CFAI, Collingwood Cup, standards, absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, and I like from coming into looking at from last year, obviously the standards have come up. You know, looking at the different teams, even UL getting to the 2 finals, I said. You know, our own lads in DCU, I have to give them a mention as well. But we've got lots of lads playing at high level around the country and playing in these competitions, which, as I said, it can only be good for the Universities League, you know.
It has been a fantastic season. Thank you very much for joining us for it. And see you next year. School's out for summer. Bye-bye.